Clifton in Melbourne, Australia writes, I hear the term high-end audio a lot, but what exactly is that? And is there a starting point for pricing? In other words, is there a minimum you have to pay for high-end audio? You know, that's a great question, and I've had it I've had it asked in various different forms all throughout the years. What is high-end audio? I suppose it starts with equipment that cares, with equipment designed to bring out the rich qualities of music and recordings, not just low distortion, great frequency response, all this stuff. I mean, years ago, back during the receiver revolution, if you will, and this was in the 70s and 80s, when everybody had to have the biggest receiver possible. And it was, I mean, everybody made a receiver. We didn't, but everybody, you know, the big companies, the big consumer electronic companies, made these just boatloads of receivers that had high power, this, that, controls, fancy stuff. None of them were high-end. None of them focused on what we would think of as high-end audio, which is the importance of imaging, tonal balance, and creating the idea or the illusion of musicians playing in front of you. Maybe that's the best way to put it. So, on the one hand, and I'm just going to use these extremes and the power of exaggeration to make a point, right? So if we take those receivers of yore and look at what they were pitching, what were they saying? What were they saying will happen to your music if you buy this? Power, bass, the Maxell thing with the guy's hair going back, you know, listening to this. That was, it was like like the old muscle cars, right? Why would you have something that roars and shakes and like, well, because when you step on the gas, it just pins you back against the seat. And that was the reason why. Unlike a car that was fast and did all of its stuff, but it was also a pleasure to drive. So maybe not a great analogy, but you get the idea. What they were telling you is going to happen if you buy this is the power and the gutsy glory of all this extremes. Crank the bass up, crank the treble up. Yeah, you got it, right? 4th of July fireworks. But that's not high-end audio. High-end audio is fun, exciting, it's refined, but it's all about that live presentation, that make-believe that the musicians are in the room, and that's all the stuff, everything that we do is focused around that, creating that three-dimensional illusion. And that is high-end audio. To the second part of the question, there's high-end audio pieces from good manufacturers. Take us. A Sprout. What is it, $600-700 for a Sprout integrated? It's not a lot of money for an entry level. Our Strata. I mean, you know, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. You just have to choose the right equipment with the right goals in mind. And then you got to pay attention to setup, because setup is at least half of the challenge. All right. I hope that helps.